Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about the journey of Indonesian literature. So, Indonesian literature is more than words on paper. It is the story of a nation searching for its identity. According to Ateu, in modern Indonesian literature, the journey of Indonesian writing reflects the transformation of Indonesia itself, from the colonial world to an independent nation. This journey can be divided into two major periods. The first one is pre-war literature and the second one is post-war literature. Pre-war literature laid the foundation for a national language and modern themes, while post-war literature gave birth to a new revolutionary voice.
Modern Indonesian literature was born around 1920s, a time when young Indonesians began to express new ideas and emotions in their own language. The rise of Bahasa Indonesia as a unified national language also was deeply tied in this literary awakening. Publications like Balai Pustaka encouraged early writers to tell their stories, exploring conflict between tradition and modern life. Novels such as Siti Nurbaya by Mara Rusli and Salah Asuhan by Abdul Muiz reveal um, reveal social tensions and the changing role of women in society of Indonesia at those time.
The 1930s brought a literary renaissance known as Pujangga Baru, the new writer. Founded by Sultan Takdir, Alis Jabana, Amir Hamzah, and Sanusi Pane, this movement championed literature as a tool for national awakening. Takdir's layar lebar terkembang depicted the spirit of modern Indonesia and the freedom of women's education. Then came Armajin Pane, who connected the old and the new. His novel Belenggu 1940 broke a moral taboos and explored the psychological struggles of Indonesians torn between modernity and tradition. As Theo writes, Pane served as the bridge between pre-war idealism and post-war realism.
The year 1942 was a turning point. The Japanese occupation ended Dutch dominance and forced Indonesians to write in their own language. Literature became a voice of resistance, freedom, and human struggle. The war destroyed old literary structure, and out of the ruin came a new generation. Angkatan 45, or the generation of 1945. This was not just a literary group, but a movement that embodied the spirit of independence.
The heart of Angkatan 45 was Chairil Anwar, a poet whose words burned with vitality and defiance. His poem Aku declared, "Aku ini binatang jalang, dari kumpulannya terbuang," a cry of individuality and freedom. Alongside him were writers like Asrul Sani, Rifai Apin, Idrus, and Pramudia Anantatur. They captured the chaos of revolution, the pain of independence, and the hope of a new nation. As Theo notes, these writers turned literature into a mirror of Indonesia's human and social reality.
From the colonial classroom of Balai Pustaka to the passionate poetry of Chairil Anwar, Indonesian literature has traveled a long way. It evolved from imitation to identity, from silence to speech. The pre-war rights built the foundation, and the post-war generation gave its soul. As Ateu reminds us, Indonesian literature after 1942 is not just modern, it is alive, reflecting the heartbeat of a nation rebirth.